When people insult you, you are presented with a test most fail. Most respond with fire, rage, or the desperate urge to defend themselves. But the moment you react, you give your power away. You tell the world that their words can move you. You reveal that your emotions are controlled by others. The one who insults you seeks not truth, but dominance. They are testing your emotional armor. They want to see how deep they can pierce before you break. Every insult is a probe, a psychological weapon used to measure your weakness. But here's the truth. Machiavelli understood. Silence is the loudest answer to disrespect, because when you refuse to react, your calm becomes terrifying. People expect anger. They expect you to crumble. But when your face remains unmoved, when your eyes remain still, you become unreadable, untouchable. That is when power begins to shift. The insult no longer belongs to them. It becomes their embarrassment. Because now they are shouting into a void, while you stand like a statue carved from ice. They realize their words had no weight, and in that moment you rise above them without moving a muscle. Understand, this power is not shown in how loud you speak, but in how little you need to explain. The strong rarely defend themselves. They let time do the speaking. They let silence destroy the foolish. When someone mocks you, they expose their own hunger for validation. They need your reaction to feel powerful. So the true Machiavellian mind gives them nothing. You don't argue. You don't explain. You don't justify. You simply stare and smile, like you already know something they don't, because you do. You know that people only attack what threatens them. No one throws stones at something beneath them. They insult you because your existence awakens their insecurity. And that is the deepest compliment disguised as disrespect. So, when they mock your effort, keep building. When they laugh at your silence, keep watching. When they spread lies about your name, let your results correct them. Because nothing crushes an enemy more completely than your success built in silence. Machiavelli once observed that power belongs not to the loud, but to the calculating. The person who can remain still while others lose control will always come out on top. Because while they are busy reacting, you are busy observing. While they reveal their weaknesses, you are learning their patterns. And while they waste their energy, you are storing yours, waiting for the perfect strike. Don't let their words enter your mind. Most people's insults are not even about you. They are projections of their own failures. Their words are mirrors, reflecting the pain they cannot face. And you, standing calm and detached, force them to look at themselves. That's why they hate you. Not because of what you are, but because of what you remind them they'll never be. The Machiavellian way is simple. Never let them see your emotions, unless you choose to. Control your face, your tone, your silence. Every reaction must be a weapon, never a reflex. If they see anger, let it be deliberate. If they see calm, let it be strategic. Every emotion must serve a purpose. The modern world worships noise. People talk too much, react too fast, and think too little. But true power still belongs to those who can hold their tongue. The predator doesn't announce its hunt. It waits in shadows. And when it strikes, it's already too late for the prey to understand what's happening. In your silence, they'll grow paranoid. They'll wonder what you're thinking, what you're planning, what you know. And their mind will torture them far worse than your words ever could. That is the art of psychological domination, making your enemies destroy themselves in the silence you control. Remember this: the wise don't need to prove themselves. Fools reveal themselves trying to provoke the wise. Every insult they throw is a confession. Every attack a display of fear. The higher you rise, the more they will attempt to pull you down. Not because they hate you, but because you remind them of their own insignificance. So when the world spits venom, stay calm. When they mock your dreams, stay silent. When they insult your worth, look through them, not at them. You are not required to answer every fool who speaks. Your silence is the sentence they deserve. There is one final truth. The strong always appear calm because they know they can destroy at will. It's easy to be peaceful when you know you have power. Your composure is not weakness, it's containment. A lion that roars every minute is not dangerous. It's desperate. But the lion that watches silently, that one is feared by all. Let your calm terrify them. Let your stillness make them doubt themselves. Let your control make them restless. Because when they can't control your emotions, they will try to imitate your strength and fail. So the next time someone insults you, remember, you don't need to fight fire with fire. You don't even need to extinguish it. You just need to stand still until the flame dies on its own. And when it does, all that will remain is your silence and their shame. That is the darkest power Machiavelli ever understood. The power of indifference. The power of emotional control. The power of knowing exactly when not to respond, because the one who does not react when you are insulted understand. The insult is not about truth, it's about control. It's a subtle invitation to descend from your throne, to join the fool in their chaos. They want to make you react, not because they believe they can hurt you, but because they need to feel you are equal to them. The greatest revenge is never to prove them wrong. It is to become so far above them that their words echo in a place you no longer exist. This world is built on emotional traps. Every argument, every insult, every provocation is bait, and those who chase it lose their peace, their focus, their dignity. Machiavelli understood that emotion is a weapon, and the one who controls their own emotions becomes untouchable. Do not fight those who thrive in noise. Do not lower your voice to meet their chaos. Stand still and let silence become your wall. When you master the art of calm indifference, you start bending the world to your will, because people will always try to shake what they cannot understand, and nothing is more confusing to them than someone who refuses to be moved. You see, when they insult you, they secretly beg for acknowledgement. They want your attention because your attention is a form of power. They can't stand that you exist without needing them. So they provoke you to make themselves visible in your eyes. But when you deny them that visibility, you erase them from existence. That's the real punishment, not revenge, but Powerful people understand the weight of their silence. Every unspoken word is a message. Every calm reaction is a declaration. You are beneath my concern. That's why kings don't argue with peasants. They let time and distance make the point. Your enemies expect you to collapse. They want to see a crack, a tremor, a sign that they can control you. Don't give them that. Meet their disrespect with composure so cold it freezes their confidence. Let your calm become their nightmare. Because nothing terrifies small minds more than a person who cannot be controlled through emotion. A person who doesn't flinch, who doesn't explain, who doesn't respond, becomes a mystery. And mystery is the birthplace of fear. You are not supposed to fight every battle. You are supposed to choose them with precision. When you waste your power reacting to every insult, you lose your throne piece by piece. So let them bark, let them gossip, let them throw their words like stones. They will never hit you if you never step down to their level. There is a point when silence becomes a weapon sharper than any sword, because the absence of your response forces them to speak louder, act more desperate, reveal more of themselves. And while they expose their weakness, you remain untouchable, the eye of the storm, motionless and eternal. People misunderstand strength. They think it's about shouting, about showing anger, about winning arguments. But true strength lies in emotional mastery. It's knowing that the loudest voice often belongs to the weakest mind. It's the ability to walk away without losing your pride. It's the cold smile you give when they expect fury. Learn to pause before reacting. In that pause, you regain your power. In that moment of restraint, you see clearly and they lose control. Most people are slaves to their reactions. They are puppets of their emotions, dancing to the strings pulled by others. But you must become the puppeteer. You must observe, calculate, and decide when a reaction is worth your energy. And 99% of the time, it's not. They want chaos. You give them silence. They want anger. You give them peace. They want attention. You give them distance. And soon they'll realize they can't reach you anymore. The greatest revenge on those who insult you is to live in a way that makes their existence irrelevant. While they speak your name with bitterness, you build something they can't touch. While they seek approval, you seek power. And one day, your silence will echo louder than their entire existence. Power doesn't scream, it watches. Power doesn't rush, it waits. Power doesn't argue, it ends the conversation with a glance. That's the essence of Machiavellian mastery. Control through calm, dominance through stillness. When you stop reacting, you stop bleeding energy. Your enemies feed on your reaction, like parasites feeding on your emotional wounds. Starve them. Make your silence their famine. Let your restraint become their starvation. You owe no one your reaction, your explanation, or your validation. The moment you realize this, you become unstoppable. You start walking through life like a ghost, untouchable, unreachable, and deeply unsettling to those who thrive on noise. In this world, composure is currency. Emotional control is power. And silence is the most devastating form of dominance. So remember, when people insult you, do not break character. Do not descend to their level. Smile slightly, say nothing, and walk away. Because you are not proving them wrong. You are proving that they no longer matter. That is the darkest lesson of power. Not revenge, not argument, but indifference. Because indifference is what kills them slowly. Every time you are insulted, something sacred is being tested. Your emotional discipline. Anyone can pretend to be strong when life is quiet. But the true measure of strength is revealed when someone spits poison in your direction, and you don't blink. The world belongs to those who are not moved by insult, flattery, or praise. Because if they can't manipulate you through hate or love, you become unpredictable and therefore dangerous. Machiavelli understood that a man ruled by emotions is a man who can be ruled by anyone. But the one who rules his emotions rules others without saying a word. The weak crave reaction. They throw insults like stones, hoping to feel powerful for a moment. They seek chaos because silence reminds them of their own emptiness. And your refusal to react exposes that emptiness. It forces them to see themselves powerless, desperate, irrelevant. Your silence becomes a mirror in which their insecurity is magnified. They'll try harder to provoke you, louder words, crueler jokes, more lies. But the more they scream, the smaller they look. The more you remain still, the larger you become, until eventually the noise fades. Because no one can keep screaming into silence forever. Remember this: control is seductive. The one who controls their emotions automatically controls the room. Every interaction becomes a game of energy. They try to pull yours. You withhold it. They chase your attention. You make it scarce. Soon they start orbiting around you like a planet around a sun. That is psychological gravity, the art of invisible dominance. Most people think power means being feared, but true power is being unreadable. When people can't tell what you're thinking, they begin to imagine, and their imagination will always paint you larger, darker, more powerful than you truly are. So let them wonder, let them whisper, let them fear what they don't understand. Insults are the currency of the weak, given freely, but worthless in value. The wise don't trade in such currency. They invest their energy where it multiplies, not where it's wasted. Every time you respond to an insult, you spend energy you could have used to build something greater. Every argument costs you focus. Every reaction costs you peace. And every outburst gives your enemies the satisfaction of knowing they still have access to your emotions. Close that door. Shut the bridge. Cut the cord. Make your emotions a fortress that no insult can breach. Because the one who can insult you successfully owns a part of you. They control your mood, your focus, your inner peace. But the one who learns to let insults pass through them, untouched, unnoticed, becomes free, truly free. You must become like a shadow, present but untouchable. Let their words pass through you like smoke. No emotion, no response, no trace. You are not here to convince the world of your worth. You are here to embody it. and those who cannot see it were never meant to. Do not explain yourself to fools who insult you. Your calm is explanation enough. Your silence is the answer. Your progress is the revenge. One day, when your success stands towering over them, they will remember every word they said and choke on it, because nothing punishes like being proven irrelevant by reality itself. No argument, no insult, no scream can compete with results. You owe them nothing, not your energy, not your validation, not your presence. The moment you choose silence, you reclaim your power. And when you walk away without a word, you don't just end the conversation. You end their illusion of control. Let them think you're cold. Let them think you're arrogant. Let them think whatever they want. They're supposed to. Because that's what power looks like to those who have none. There's a reason kings walk slowly, speak rarely, and smile selectively. It's not arrogance, it's strategy. Every movement is measured, every word is chosen. The less you give, the more people crave it. The less you react, the more they respect it. And the less you explain, the more mysterious you become. So when people insult you, don't lower your voice. Don't defend yourself. Don't try to change their mind. Simply let your existence contradict their lies. Because the truth doesn't need protection. It just needs time. And time always exposes fools. Let them talk. Let them gossip. Let them fabricate stories. Every minute they spend speaking of you is a minute they're not improving themselves. You've already won silently. This is the power Machiavelli admired, the cold patience of those who need no recognition to feel powerful. The art of letting fools destroy themselves with their own noise. The discipline to stand tall, emotionless, while the world burns itself trying to provoke you. That is not weakness. That is war, fought quietly, with strategy, not chaos.